Garmin watches are really easy to use for people who just want to set them up and go, but I don't think many people are using the full power of their watches. It's no secret to regular viewers on this channel that I love my Garmin watches, and they're my daily driver. As somebody that reviews smartwatches in general, and Garmin watches in particular, for a living, I've been digging into the settings of my smartwatches for many years. These are my top 5 Garmin Connect features that Garmin users should be using, whether you've got a little Garmin Vivoactive 6 or a full throttle Garmin Fenix 8 Pro. And check out the links below to find my guide to the best Garmin watches, along with where to buy every watch mentioned in this video. If you're running, hiking, or cycling, unless you're doing an out and back route, it's helpful to know exactly how far you're going and how to create a circular route that's the exact distance you need. This is where course creation comes in. By creating a course in the Garmin Connect app and exporting it to your watch, you can follow the breadcrumb trail right in Garmin's workout app on watch, and it'll even reroute you if you go off course. I used this feature a lot during marathon training when I was planning long runs around London ahead of time. On my Garmin Epix Pro, I had full color maps to show my route on, but even on this Garmin Venu 4, I can see the route as a breadcrumb trail triangulated with my location, so I can still follow it despite the fact it doesn't have full color maps. To create a course, here's what you do. In the training and planning section, go to courses, create a course, select your discipline, then choose whether you want a custom route or you want to let Garmin create you one for you. Let's choose automatic for now. Pick a distance and a direction, and Garmin Connect will create your route automatically. Gear tracking is not a feature I see talked about often in Garmin's marketing materials, or even among fellow Garmin users online. The Gear tab shows subcategories for running shoes, bikes, and other items. It allows you to input a brand and a model, a maximum distance before you get a notification about the gear needing to be retired, and the categories of exercise the gear will automatically be added to. For runners, the foam in running shoes wears down after around 300 to 500 miles depending on your shoe, and that doesn't just mean a loss of speed and comfort. Old, worn-out running shoes affect your gait, putting you at risk of Achilles tendonitis after miles and miles of microtraumas. I've been running with my old Ultras for a while now, and I haven't been tracking the total mileage. To be honest, I wouldn't even be able to give you a proper estimation. The gear tracking feature is both a cool way to see how far your trusty shoes or bike has come, and a way to let you know when it's time to retire your gear. Under the More tab in Garmin Connect, tap Gear and then Add. You'll be able to choose the type of gear, give it a name, date it from first use, and set a max distance. You can also switch between multiple pieces of gear before starting a workout. Got your course? Got your gear? Now it's time to set yourself a target speed, whether that's to slow yourself down for some Zone 2 training or push yourself to pick up the pace. Garmin's Pacepro is its virtual pacing software. Virtual pacers are tools that can keep you on track during a run or cycle. If you're aiming to run each kilometer in 5 minutes, virtual pacer tools can send you an alert if you slow down or run too fast. However, Garmin Connect's Pace Pro can also create strategies to help you train for specific distances, and it takes course factors like elevation into account. This is ideal if you've got a Garmin Forerunner watch and you're pushing for marathon pace. Simply create the course in Garmin Connect and access Pace Pro through the Training and Planning tab. Then Pace Pro Racing Strategies. Choose a course or a distance, but the course is better because it also takes elevation into account by delineating when you should go slow and when to go fast. And the app will create a Pace Pro strategy, which you can then use in the running workout mode when that course is selected. I reached out to Garmin about virtual pacers, and they said it knows that when you're hitting that 5% gradient on a steep hill, you don't want to be doing 430 per kilometer. You want to rein it into 530 and keep your heart rate down. The device can plan all of this out for you. Of course, it's not all about big distances. Sometimes it's all about the gains. Building a plan in Garmin Connect means being prepared for when you hit the gym. I've been finding strength training modes increasingly useful as I've been getting back into the gym, with rest timers in particular useful for helping me lock in between sets and keeping my workouts brisk and completed all in around 45 minutes. To get started with this, go to Workouts and then either find a workout, choosing from Garmin's extensive library, or create a workout. You can choose to warm up with cardio for a specific time period, as I have, then schedule exercises and rest periods. You can create loops by using the sets button, as you can see here, and supersets by dragging and dropping different exercises. It does have its limitations. I've never used any smartwatch that's a totally reliable rep counter, because you're moving so many different parts of your body, not just your arm. Also, the public gyms that most of us will be using often has somebody on a machine or station that we want, so it's not always available to use. I always end my sets on a lap button press, not a rep count, and adjust my reps manually after the set is finished. I also always follow the same format in my strength workouts. One big compound move, followed by 4 other exercises working the same basic muscle group. So even if, once I've done my deadlifts, the lat pull down machine isn't available, I can go do the bent over row instead and come back to the pull down when it's free. While it will read incorrectly on the watch in the moment, I've still got my rest timer and I can adjust the weights and sets and things after the fact in the Garmin Connect app, if I can ever be bothered to do so. Who doesn't love a nap? I know I definitely made it my 2026 resolution to do more napping whenever I can. Garmin's neat nap detection feature, once downloaded onto your watch by adding it onto your widget stack, offers you guidance on how your nap affected your recovery and body battery, and allows you to manually start a nap. This will not only set the watch to sleep mode, but also set a nap timer and wake you up at a time of your choosing. It's a great little feature, and as putting your phone in another room is so conducive to better sleep, having a dedicated nap functionality on the Garmin watch is a fun little feature we should probably all be using a little bit more. In fact, I should probably end the video here, as if I don't nap soon, I'll probably get cranky. What Garmin features do you use on a regular basis? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to check out my Garmin watch guide in the links, and we'll see you next time on TechRadar.com.